Welcome to Fine Lake's Garage. What we're gonna do today is some woodworking. I have these fabulous boards here. What are we gonna do with them? I don't know. Can throw them away. That wouldn't be good. I know. Let's build a toolbox. There we go. We're gonna build this guy right here. I built this a while back. It's got a tray. Where's my tray? Got a tray that fits inside. Got a hinge on the back. Usually have a latch, but I confiscated it for another project. Anyway, we take this out. You have room in the bottom for all your tools. Now this was made completely out of recycled fencing. So, we don't need this anymore. Because we're gonna build a new one. All right, so we got these boards here. They're in okay shape. I got these from my little brother. He took his fence up and dropped these off in my yard. And so I had my camera crew go out there and get all the nails out. And they assured me all the nails are out. We'll find out. All right, so what kind of tools are you gonna need for this? Well, you're gonna need a nail gun. Plenty of rounds for that. You need a quick square. You need a pencil, tape measure, a drill, because I don't like using screwdrivers, and a sander with some 60 grit and boards. And also, we're gonna go cut some wood here. All right, so first, we're gonna make this thing easy. So we are going to build this, and we're gonna measure off the material that we have. Now, I say that, so if I look at this board right here, we are currently at 5.5 inches. And if you look down here at the bottom, it is 5.5 inches. So we're gonna use the entire width. We're gonna base our bottom of the board, or bottom of the toolbox, for the width of that board. So let's get at it. All right, so this saw here is a 12 inch Bosch double compound miter saw, sliding miter saw. This is my baby. So let's get this thing cut. Now, one thing about cutting, come closer here. All right, you have my line right here. So I can put my blade down on it. I can put it my blade right on the middle. Well, this is supposed to be 16 inches. If I cut right on that line, this board will not be 16 inches. So what I want to do is put that line just on the outside of my blade. So when I cut this side here should be 16 inches. Ready? Whoa, so sexy. All right, so this is gonna be the bottom of my board. It's gonna be the bottom of my toolbox. So, ugh, it's looking nasty. So one thing we're gonna do, uh-oh, my camera crew didn't remind me. Always wear your safety glasses.
Oh, crap.
All right, got the safety specs on. Should have done that to begin with, but it's all right. So, got my sandpaper, 60 grit. It's gonna knock this off really quick. Oops. Put that back on there. All right, so sanding this down, we don't have to go all the way down to the bare wood. What we're gonna go for is the look of rustic. So I want people to look at this box and say, you know what? Did your grandfather give you this? So anyway, this is what we're gonna do. We have our base now. So now we need to go all the way around. Now, if you look inside this box here, the inside is shorter than the outside. This is where your tray sits. So what we're gonna do is we can go ahead and measure this. And that is about 3¼ inches plus the board. So I need another board. So, also if you wanna look at this box here, see I have it come up here and this board is on top of this one. But if you look at it over here, this board is on top of that board. Okay, so this is either on top or it's on below the other board. So let's take that measurement here. So we have this. This is, ooh, look at that, 16 inches. But we need one that is a little bit longer. So this is 16.5 inches. Okay. Bam. Alrighty, so we have our base. Basically what this is gonna look like, we're gonna have that there. We have this here. There we go, and then this is gonna be here. Now, in order to get this lip up here, we need to shave these. So we're gonna go over here to the table saw. So one thing about using reclaimed wood, this right here is not straight. It's bowed, it's rotted, it's whatever. So what we're gonna do is take the roughest side, so this side here, and we're gonna shave that off. And we're gonna make all of these pieces exactly the same size. So all I'm gonna do is take off about a blade width of this board right here. And I'm gonna do it to all 4 boards. All right, and that's before we're gonna rip it down to size. All of them, same height. Now, go ahead and put in the comments. Yes, I know I don't have a guard on this. It broke off years ago and I've never actually fixed it yet. So, we want to make these into our lower section here. Now, the good thing about ripping these is that the pieces that I rip off is actually going to be the framework of the tray. So, let's get this guy going. Told you it's not a guard there. I'm not crazy. Okay. Back over here. Alright, so we have our pieces. I'm gonna put my board in there. Because guess what? It's sanding time again. Yay. I hate sanding. But that's what we need to do. All right, so, you know, ideally, with using reclaimed wood, a planer would be fantastic for these. But we don't have sponsors yet, so if you guys have a planer out there you want to get rid of, I will definitely find a corner in the that we can actually put in there. Even make a stand for it, whatever. So, anyway, so let's get this guy rocking and rolling. Got our base, we got our first side. Now, one thing I do love doing, gluing. Now we're in business. All right. Beautiful bead. Put that down. Now, if you look at your board, you kind of got warped a little bit, not so warped. So pick with one side and take care of that. We'll just make it the same all the way around. So if you have the warp in, do warp in, warp out. I try to do the warp out only because when I put my tray in, I didn't do it on one, and it was a lot of sanding to make it fit. So, bam. We're gonna line up on the other side. And we'll put a couple in here. Now, one thing you have to watch out for when using such a long nail in this, I should actually have a smaller one, is they come out the other side. And of course I don't have my knife with me. So what you do here is take some needle nose pliers, kind of wiggle it back and forth, it will break off and then you won't be able to notice it. Anyway, let's get our sides on. And of course our measurement was off again. You know, I've built so many of these boxes and each time it's been off. All right, so we're gonna put one here in the corner. All right, so now I'm gonna sit there. So you see how it's warped? It is reclaimed wood, so I'm gonna work it, put one round in, and then I'm gonna work it again, maybe. I'm strong enough. There we go. Now, we're gonna force this guy down. Make sure it's even if it's not 100%, it's all right. So we're gonna make it pretty anyway. All right. All right. Got ourselves a box. So kind of what we're gonna do now is just kind of rough up some of the edges. I was a little off right there. I didn't rip the inside board. So I'll be right back. Oh yeah, a TRX, straight from the 80s. I was 5 when I got that. All right, so this right here is gonna be a belt sander. Most of the time I use this for steel. It's about a 36 grit, so it's gonna make mincemeat out of this wood. Like I said, mincemeat. All right, so we have our basic box. Now we have to build our outside perimeter around it. So basically the same concept. So the boards, one on top, one on the side. We're just gonna build one all the way around. Now these are all your boards for your tray. We're gonna leave those over to the side. And always close your glue. Okay, tape measure. So let's straighten these out a little bit because they are not uniform at all. You should always wait for your blade to stop before you walk away, especially if you don't have a guard. All right, we're back. Guess what else we got to do? Sand it. All right. So, another thing you can notice, a lot of the stuff still has the holes from when it was a fence. That actually gives it character. So we're gonna embrace it. So, same thing we did before. We're gonna rest this on top. Gonna line it up. Nails and glue. All right, here's a quick tip. See, this board is kind of warped. I want to bring that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this board here up real tight to it. And I'm going to put a couple nails in it. Oops. So that when I... So now I'm going to go on this side. Since this is longer, that lever action is going to bring it right up there. Makes it easy. But first, we need more glue. Don't be shy with the glue. Glue is our friend. Really, I missed that side. Whoopsie. Anyway, here we go. I got our base of our box. Got a couple of nails that are actually coming through, which we can take care of that without a huge problem. You can either use it on the belt sander, which will knock it out real quick, or just use pliers later. I might just use pliers later. Okay, so we're gonna put this to the side. So now, we want this guy. Now, just like the bottom here, the bottom of this tray, this is the one I already made. So the bottom of here is a basic board. Tape measure, where'd it go? Found it. So, take this, it should be 16 inches. That's what it was before, right? So we're gonna do 16 inches. All right. So guess what? Rinse and repeat. We're gonna do this tray just like we did this box. So we have our board. Got a lot of nails to pull out though. They kind of went a little crazy on this one. Must be in a lot of knots. But that's okay though. We're gonna work them back and forth until they break off. All right, we're gonna grab our box, grab our tray. And look at that. Fits right in if I can ever get rid of some of these nails because they did kind of went a little crazy. Okay, so now what do we need? We need a lid. All right, so I'll tell you what, we're gonna break for some dinner, then we come back. We're gonna build a lid. Oh, the belly. That was some good grub. Some beef stroganoff. But we got a box to finish. All right, so what we need our spectacles. They're all dirty. Bam. All right, so we have our insert tray. Got a bottom of the box. Now we need a lid. On this particular one, we only need 2 boards. Why do we only need 2 boards? Because we're gonna rip them in half. All right, now we have our lid. Let's double check. And why did I do that? Okay. Need to shave some off. All right, we got our basic lid. Does it fit? Of course it does. It is almost pretty. But guess what? It's not fitting the way I like it. Better. All right, let's put it back together. Since I made my oopsie. Yay! Alright, so now we got a lid. It's fitting a little bit better. It's not 100%, but we're good to go. Alright, so now we need a topper, just like that. But we're going to do it a little bit different here. As you can see, we did a long board, then a short board. We're going to do 2 boards exactly the same width because we have a table saw over there that could do it. All right, we're getting close. We got our lid, we got our bottom. Now we need to do some hinges. So, this is what we're gonna do with hinges. Now, you can just get these at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, but they are just tiny little, beautiful hinges. So, we're gonna pick a side that we really like. I'm thinking maybe, maybe on this side. And what I'm doing here is looking at the knots that we have in there, and you don't wanna screw through the knots. I need to get rid of my nails too. But what I'm gonna do is take my tape measure. Really need like 5 of these just scattered everywhere so I can stop leaving them everywhere. Okay, so it is 18.5 inches wide. So what we're gonna do is take a pencil. All right, so we're gonna take a pencil 18.5 inches wide. We're gonna go 4 inches in. We're gonna put a mark. We're gonna go on this side, 4 inches in, we're gonna do a mark. And that's where our 2 hinges are gonna go. So when we do these, what we wanna do is put 4 inches right there on the side. Now, we're gonna have this heaped over and then actually put our screws in without our lid being on. And the reason why we do that is to make sure these are not kittywampus. It could be up there, it could be like that. We want it nice and straight. So we're gonna take our drill, we're gonna take our screw. And the one thing good about doing a rustic looking box here is it's okay if it's not perfect, because that just adds to the character. Still want it functional, but it'll still add to the character. Beautiful. Got one now, one in. Let's go to the other one. All right, you ready? There we go. A little crooked though. Work board. It's all right. So you're gonna have to have a latch in order to secure this. So what we have is a basic latch. So what we're gonna do, grab a couple more screws. There you go. You have yourself a box made out of something you were going to throw away. Basically, the hinges came off of Home Depot, maybe $2, $3. Now, for the handle on top, I usually have just a regular fence handle that I usually put up here. Don't have any more of those right now, but you can do what you want to do. This one right here, I just put boards on the side, and those are handles. Or you can just carry it like this, whichever one you want to do. So just get out there and do it. Figure out, grab some old lumber, make something out of it. And don't forget, sawdust is man's glitter. So get out in your shop and make something. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I need some sponsors. Until next time, keep building.